Welcome, everyone, to Sunday's game. We are on episode 19? 19, yes. How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good, excited.
Doing good.
Any good? The rest?
Doing good.
Good. Just tired.
Understandable. So, who would like to do a recap?
I think either me or Minerva should do it because
I
we
wasn't
were here
here.
the entire.
She wasn't here.
Yeah, Minerva.
So
was
you.
here.
Haha. You volunteered as tribute.
I wasn't here either. I was half paying attention because I was in the car on the ride home.
That's right. Okay.
That's
next.
why I was saying me or Minerva because we were totally here.
Don't be shy.
I nominate M9.
Oh Lord. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot that happened. We basically were getting ready and concluding our mission, and our contracts, and getting all of our stuff ready to head back to Velu, to head back home, or home for what is some of us. But a sense of normality for everyone, I think. And let's see, what we had a couple of interaction. I think Voren did some quote unquote praying. He's trying to learn more or get in touch with God somehow. And he thinks throwing, something at the wall, eventually something's going to stick. Yeah, I gotta fix the portraits now. And let's see, what did Victor get up to?
What was it? A bunch of messages.
Oh, bunch of
housekeeping,
messages.
trying to figure out what did he do? He messaged so many people. He messaged his mom. He messaged the collective guy. What's his
Nan.
name? He messaged Nan. He messaged Evimia's father. Yeah, so it was like a lot of trying to gather information for the next leg of the journey, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And
I think that's it, yeah.
Magpie got to talk to the Spice Queen, learned some information on that, on what happened to the Spice Queen. She mentioned that she has died 3 times. And yeah, I think it was more of a journey back home, trying to. When we all say back home, it's basically land to get back to land. And well, yeah, we'll definitely see what happens in this part. So before I start that, Euphemia, Chelsea, do me a favor and let me, I gotta, yes, go ahead and add a DM inspiration to you.
Okay.
There's a reason behind this madness. You said something on Monday when we were doing a recap show.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. And the reason why you got that, you'll find out later. When? We'll see. But yes. All right. So, I would say at this point you're about 20 minutes away because I want to include Minerva. Minerva, during this 4 days, because the airship, the ship took flight, and that didn't agree with you. First time being in the air, you just kind of been ill. So they've been taking care of you. The boy's been trying to give you like soup, with the help with Belle, just kind of get you comfortable. But when you're sick, you're sick. But I would say within like the 30 minutes, you kind of when yeah, within like the 30 minutes, you kind of start getting better because you don't feel airborne anymore. It's on sea. And you did hear the announcement that land is coming up. So you're more than welcome to gather your things and head up top as you see your companions getting ready to disembark. And you see Feilu. So let's say within this 20 minutes before, you guys can now catch up with Minerva. Victor, you still have grapes in your hand. So whatever you want to try to do within that 20 minutes, feel free.
Okay, yeah, he's just trying to coax the monkey. Because he kind of wants the monkey to follow them.
Okay. You see the monkey. The monkey looks at you curious.
He just kind of, shakes one of the the grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want a grape? Come get it. You're gonna get it on the ship.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh God, it's gonna be horrible. Okay.
You got this. Have faith in yourself.
I just imagine that. Come here, monkey, monkey, monkey.
Okay.
A lot better than I thought.
Yeah, much better than I thought too.
Yeah. So the monkey looks at you, looks at the grape, looks towards the captain, looks back at you, and hops on your shoulder and grabs the grape.
Are you going to come with us, or are you going to stay with the captain?
Right now the monkey's eating and looking up towards the captain. The captain looks to the monkey. Do you want to go? Do you want to stay? The monkey starts to talk. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the monkey has one thing: no fire upon it.
What? What? I use fire. Are you talking about don't hit you with fire?
Monkey nods.
Promise, I won't. I know you probably don't like me still. That's perfectly fine. But step one on mending this relationship, you're free to. I didn't want to leave you behind. Everyone else was kind of eager to get on land, I suppose. You're free to go hang out with whoever you like the most, of course. I just wanted you to come with us if you wanted to.
Monkey still eats the grape. Takes another one out of your hands. The captain walks towards you and the monkey, and she reaches in her pocket. Looks like she's grabbing something. She grabs what looks like a chain and she puts it gently around the monkey's neck, and there is almost like a coin around the monkey. And she just scratches the monkey's head and nods. And the monkey kind of looks at the coin, bites the coin, and puts it, and Lex goes and just eats the grape.
I think Victor's going to he's going to try to observe to see what the coin is, but he's not going to say anything.
Give me a perception check. Okay. The coin kind of dangles, and what you see, it looks like like an outline of a person, and it looks like it's touching like a wolf, like it's just touching the head, kind of thing.
Is it like a normal coin that he's seen before, or is
No,
it something
not
else?
at all. Something else.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he has his suspicions that it might be some sort of like magical item or something, but he's just gonna let it go. It's the monkey's. It's not. It's not his.
Okay. So far, you guys gain a undead monkey companion. So far.
Get to keep the monkey.
All right. So a few minutes were by. Minerva, you come on. It's up to you guys to catch her up on before you embark towards Feilu.
So we're all hopping off the ship right now.
Not
saying our
yet, not yet.
goodbyes?
Not
It's
yet.
still in the water. I mean, this is a take your time to catch up Minerva because Minerva has been sick.
All right. Okay, so brief overview of what we discussed. I have a package to pick up from Christoph, the collector, at the parcel store, or whatever. I sent a message to him the other day, asking if there was an event coming up where I could buy something. I want to test to see if I'll get another one of the flyers that Vor and I kind of deciphered a bit back. Not sure if there's any connection there. Also, the portals are down for I think about a week.
It's about
So
now 11 days.
yeah, 11 days. So in the meantime, we're going to have to try to find a job for some work. Other than that, once the portals open, we're going to go to Abel, and we're going to head to do Celeste's visited the temple with the dragon egg. On the way, we're going to go through some very dangerous areas. There's been sightings of werewolves, and there is a place. The city name is what is it called?
Did you forget?
Hold on, I have it. Where is it?
Wasn't it like Evergreen Springs or something like that?
It
It was something. It was something Rose, I believe.
Was it?
I didn't catch
where's
the
my
name
notes?
of it.
Everfall Rose.
Yes, and it's run by the two duchesses Volkov. They are vampires, and we have to be very careful with what we do whenever we pass through there. If we pass through there, and that's about the gist of it.
Okay. So you said that the portals in Velu are all down again.
For another 12 days.
Okay.
11.
Oh, 11 days.
I mean, you think about it, they have been down for almost over 3 months. So
Mhm.
this is still good news, even though you're still gonna have to make money anyway. So yes. All right. As the ship gets
How much does it take to use the portal?
gonna have to find out.
I would imagine that like Euphemia and Minerva and Victor would know because didn't they use the portal
Well,
to get to
Euphemia
Velu?
did. Euphemia used the portal to get to Feilu.
I would say Euphemia, actually really depends too how far it is. Euphemia, her parents would have bought her a ticket, which that cost, I think it was like 50 gold.
And that's also whatever it is. I'm assuming it varies from country,
Mhm.
at least the
Yep.
distance.
Correct. But, between Warren and Magpie, you've heard anywhere between 5 gold to 5,000 gold. Depends on where you want to go, kind of thing. But yeah, it's going to take something between, Feilu and Abel kind of thing. So, all right. As the ship, I can hear you typing. As the ship sails across and gets closer to the docks, you see the busy streets, and of course, between Vorin and Magpie, people that you know. And the ship gets closer and closer, and it docks. On the corner, on like a post, you see Mama Kitty just sitting there grooming. Vorin, you see your familiar people who work at the docks. You definitely see Briggs. And you definitely see Wind. The other ones are working, and you definitely see a halfling person working the ropes and going, "Hi!" as she kind of swings by. "You're back!" She swings again.
He would, every time that she swings by, he'd be like, hi. Okay.
The captain starts to leave the ship as well. The other ones, the crew of her crew, leave as supplies are being traded. You guys start to get off the ship. And in a way, it's a breath of fresh air, even though you can smell the sea and hear the seagulls. But also, it is cold. Winter is here. You see the captain walking up towards Briggs, and they are having the conversation. Briggs looks over to you, Warren, and to the rest, and then gets back into the conversation and nods. During this conversation, you hear somebody running, and they run past you. You see a young half-elf girl, and she goes up to the captain. What you notice is that she also has a violin at her back. And she hands the captain a paper. Captain looks and grabs it. And in this moment, people around slowly stop what they're doing and starting to stare at the captain. Even Briggs, even though he's talking and having the communication and when next to him, they kind of stop to actually see her. Captain looks at the paper. You see her eyebrow raised, and she smiles. Let me guess. The Weaver talked to you, huh? Yeah. I drew this, and I just heard a voice say, you need to show her. And I waited and didn't know when you would be here. I saw, and she points to the ship. The captain shakes her head, but she has a smile. She puts her hand on the paper, and for a moment she crumples it, and you almost see the half elf girl kind of take like a little step back, kind of like, oh, did I do something? And then the captain waved her hand around it. She produces a coin. Here. If you ever need me, you whisper my name in the coin. You're my first. The young girl smiles and squeals. Thank you. It looks exactly like in my drawing. She just holds it close to her heart. She turns to Briggs. Thank you, but I need to go. He nods. And you almost see him bow for just a split moment. And he stops himself. The young girl turns around, and then you hear the captain. You should finish that song then. I will! And she runs off. The captain walked past all of you. We will keep in touch. We all have a mission to do. And in her hand, she opens it. And then with a flick of her wrist, in between her fingers, she looks to you, Warren, as she hands you a coin. Do you take it?
He hesitates for a moment and then reaches out for it.
Gives it to you, even though you have a sending stone. She looks to Victor. If you need a favor or need me, I'll be there. Just whisper to the coin my name.
Victor would nod and he would take it.
Well, she hands Warren the coin. You still have the sending stone.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just nod along then.
Vorn
She
for a
walks
moment,
off.
thinks about, because in his mind, this isn't the first time he's heard this.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of looks at her curiously and just slowly grabs it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, we all have something to do. I'll take my leave. She whistles loudly, and now the rest of her crew starts to gather crates and get on back on the ship. She walks slowly. She turns one last glance as the ship starts to sail away. She takes off her hat and she nods to all of you. We'll meet again, one way or another. The ship leaves. As you watch it leave, a shimmer appears and the ship disappears. Do you look at the coin?
Yes.
You look at the coin, and the coin is silver. And you see a blue ship on the coin. And on the sails, you see a symbol of a crystal, a sapphire. You have the second coin. And the symbol is a Spice Queen.
He holds onto it and puts it somewhere safe.
Then you start to hear movement again. People continuing what they're doing. Briggs looks to you, Vorn. Arena talk.
Oh, okay.
He pulls you to the side. Wind is there too. As the rest of your companions are kind of clustered together, waiting. He looks to you. It's good to see you back.
It's nice to be back.
Just to let you know, you still always have a job here to work if you need it. But what we were told that you have something that you need to do. So just let us know when you are leaving. Make sure you come back.
Oh well. How's everything been here while I've been gone?
Well, since you all leave or left, been keeping our ears out. Well, you know that, or don't know if you know, but finally the portal's going to be open in about 11 days. Shipments are still coming and going. We also he kind of look he almost looks confused for a moment. And even when same thing. About a month ago, he starts rubbing the head. Do you remember? Not really. There's something that's tip on my tongue and it just disappears. But she looks at you. We got a shipment from a place, and then next thing you know, it was gone. The only reason why that we knew it was gone is in my own personal handwriting. I document all the shipments, and then there was just a passage that was blank. But I could tell that I wrote something there, but it's just gone. It's quite odd, but that's all we know.
I see. I wonder if I'll ask around and see if anything makes sense.
She nods. Oh, before I forget, the baker's daughter is missing. She went missing 4 nights ago. We've been keeping our eyes and ears out, but just to let you know, just in case if you go to the baker and ask, how she's doing and all that stuff. So, but she is really not doing well.
How long? When?
4 days ago.
Has there been search parties?
Yeah, there has. But just there's nothing. The only thing she's like looking through her notes. Okay, Kala, you remember Kala Ashmir?
Mhm.
It happened at night, and she said that her husband went downstairs for a moment, and all he heard was a couple horses, he thinks, and a wagon. He thought that moment was kind of odd because, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody works that early, especially in the location where the baker is. So just to keep an eye out. They're still searching. Hopefully they can find her.
Maybe we can help.
Just keep your eyes and ears out.
Yeah. Thank you.
You both nod. All right, I gotta get back to work. Me too. It's good to see you.
You too. He's a little kind of just taken off guard, like the fact that he just came home and it's already bad news.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll go back to the group.
So, back at Feilu. What do you guys want to do? And of course, you can anytime tell him the conversation or whatever you guys want to react when he comes back.
Yeah, I think Voren. It would be obvious on his face, I think, that he's concerned, but he's not going to bring it up. I think he wants to give the group that sense of normality that they were looking for, at least for a couple of hours, because they've been looking for her for days now. Then, what's a couple more hours?
Mm-hmm. So I say it's almost like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. What do you guys want to do?
I know one of the first things that Magpie will do, especially seeing Mama, is go over and give her a pet.
Mhm.
But she will go out along the docks and find like one of the biggest fish that she can find.
Yeah, I mean, there's a market
And
here. They're selling fish here and there.
she will go ahead and take that fish
Mhm.
and go to the cat house and just kind of like drop it off at the door.
So Magpie just leaves you guys for a moment. It will cost 10 copper for this. It's a big fish.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of see her leave and kind of like wandering around and then going towards an area.
How many silver is in a copper? Oh, I mean, how many copper are in a silver?
I think it's 10 too, right?
I think so too.
You said it was 15?
I said
You said-
5.
5. Okay. Gotcha. There you go. But yes. She will take that fish and make sure that they have plenty of fish to eat.
Yeah, you see some of them there. And Mama Kitty the whole time was following you. And then eventually when you drop her off, she kind of pulls it inside because it's very small. And, happy cats. All right.
Yay. She
What is
also
everybody
will be
doing?
trying
Go
to
ahead.
do that very sneakily too. Like she doesn't want to know people. Or she doesn't want people to know that she's
Give me a stealth check.
doing that. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, yeah. You're good. You do it very stealthily. And eventually return to the group that still hasn't moved.
Well, I'm going to head to the parcel area. I want to see. I'm curious as to what was left there. I'm not sure if we should all go, because what if the collective is sitting there as we all roll up on them?
I mean, it probably
You
wouldn't
should
hurt.
at least take someone with you.
Why?
Yeah. Just
Well,
in
sure.
case.
All right. How about one other person go with me to the parcel area?
I can go with you.
All right. It won't be long. Where are you guys headed so that I know where to meet up at?
And maybe we should get a room at least. And,
Silver
well,
Stag.
I'm used to the Silver Stag, yes. So we will meet at the Silver Stag then.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to afford the Silver Stag.
I got it. It's fine.
All right. Okay, the Silver Stag. I can't say no to that place. I enjoy it. Ah, so good to be home. Well, not home, but back on land.
All right. So Minerva and Victor are going to go to the post office. I don't think I named it ever, but it's fine. And the rest of you guys are going to go to the Silver Stag. All right. So, Victor and Minerva, you head to the postal. And it's different because you don't see people coming out of the doors, Victor, the last time. As you open the door, there's hardly anybody in here. You see 2 people, the postal people. You see a red tiefling woman, and you see a young human male.
Okay, they're inside the area. Okay.
So you can
Hello.
visit the human or the tiefling.
We'll go to the tiefling.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning. Is there a parcel left for Victor Noct? That's myself.
Let me see. Hold on. All right. She kind of goes behind. And, you said your name is Victor.
That's correct.
All right. Hey, you're a Lord Victor.
Absolutely.
Ah, here you go. And she comes back around the corner and she gently slides it to you. There you go, sir.
Thank you so much. I suppose the tip is in order. He pulled out 1 silver. Don't
Thank
spend
you
it all
so
in one
much.
place.
Try not to.
Wonderful. Thank you.
She gives you a wink, and then she pockets the silver. And that's how you do it, sir. And she looks to the young man. He just kind of takes a breath as
Okay,
you
so-
guys leave. Yes,
So, how big's this package?
it is just an envelope. It's a nice size envelope. You kind of like recognize it as, because you've been around stuff like this, invitation size envelope.
Okay, wonderful.
Hmm?
All right, having on to what I need, Minerva. I suppose we could take it back to the others and check it all out together.
Okay.
So the rest of you approach the Silver Stag. The doors are open. There are people in there. You see somebody up on the or at the counter, not up on the counter. It'd be a different kind of show. At the counter. You see a halfling. The halfling is at the bar. You know, she's serving some of the drinks. You can actually see her, so you definitely think that she is standing on something. As Celeste will go up. Hello. I am looking for. Let's see. Should we do one room or 2 rooms? 1 room. Oh, the one I had was huge. Your family, I can even say it. Like, you can fit like 10 people on one bed, and then there's a
That's true.
bench, and then there's a bunch of like lounges and seatings. It's like double.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
I'm looking for 1 room. The halfling kind of looks up. 1 room for all of you? Yes. Huh. Okay. So, she kind of like she pulls out a paper and says, okay, so, how many nights? That's a good question. How many nights?
Let's
I'm
do.
not sure. Oh, I'm not there.
5. for
They're not
now.
there. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be 5 nights. Okay, 5 nights. Now, do you want to include breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, or just breakfast? Oh, so many questions.
This is a lot of questions. Is it always like this?
It's a new policy that we're having because ever since like 3 months ago, how just people here, people destroyed some things. We lost a lot of business. It's just chaotic. So we need to kind of up some of the prices or some. Oh, so how much is going to be then? 5 nights. That is going to be, well, give them the special. You hear a woman in the back. Oh. All right. She says it's special. That means you really do know that person. Okay. 50 gold. 50. Okay. So she will
With
pull out
breakfast or
50
without?
gold. Oh, with breakfast it would be 60. That's okay. I gives you that. All right. Celeste will pull out 60 gold, and she will pay for next 5 nights.
Thank you. I mean, we could have split it if you.
And how about this and I owe you?
All right. I don't like being indebted, but okay. He just says as he walks away.
I mean, if you want, you could pay me when we can arrange it. Well, I'll tell everybody, okay? Celestia's just, she looks nervous.
Do the rest of us need to hang outside of the room while you two do your thing?
What?
What?
You know, the repayment.
Femi
We're
just
not
shakes
doing
her
this
head.
again, are we?
Oh my god.
I don't, I mean, no, I mean, we can
We can
wait
discuss.
for the
Yeah,
other
it's fine.
to the come. And she starts to like slowly hand you guys the keys out. And at this point, Victor, Minerva, you will eventually get there.
We'd what?
You will arrive to
Okay.
the Silver Stack. I see
As
it
we're
there.
giving keys.
Yeah, his keys. Our room number is 24. Let's go.
Magpie will pocket her key.
Yeah, we'll
Looking
just
a
follow.
little
Mhm.
weirded out about it.
Yes, as you step upstairs, the little halfling woman kind of just eyes all of you and just kind of shakes her head. And then continues to serve somebody. Yeah, so you go upstairs, you head to 24. Celeste will open it, and it's a huge room. This is a suite. You see there's plenty of room, plenty of chairs and seats that you could definitely sleep on. The bed is huge. Everything is in here that you need, the bathtub and all that stuff. Celeste will walk over to a spot and she will set down an egg. Okay, so went ahead and did the room for 5 days. We will have, it includes breakfast. And it just costs 60 gold, so.
Am I there yet?
Yes, she would have
Yes,
handed
you
you the
would.
key already.
Damn it. See, that just for 5 nights, that costs more than we made on the whole entire trip for a month on the ship.
Yeah,
We
but
have to be much more
that's-
careful with that money.
That's
Honestly, I mean,
for all of us.
I know, but that's we
That
essentially
costs
just
us our down payment.
it's a down payment for what?
Well, when we got on the ship, we were paid 60 gold when we started, and 60 at the end of it.
I know. So essentially, that's half. So 5 days. All right, never mind. We'll talk about the finer points of economics later. But I'm happy. Thank you so much for the room. But we might want to see about downgrading residences if we sleeping in the wild.
Well, the one thing is, if you want to pay me back, you can. But at least it comes with breakfast, so we just have to figure out lunch and dinner. And if we wanted to kind of leave the city, I still have my scrolls. So that's another idea.
I mean, there's always places you can find to sleep, but
Yeah, I could probably find us a easy place to sleep, but I'm not sure some of you are going to
this
like it. And he
probably
looks
one
like,
of the nicest places you could sleep in.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's just
Well,
Is-
then again, it is winter, so the places you could sleep outside are kind of limited.
is
all
it
right,
cold
I'll
outside? Like,
change
really
my
cold?
wording. I can
Yeah.
probably find us a free place to stay, but you might not like it. And he looks at Victor.
I'm not picky. I don't care. I
Listen.
just need somewhere to lay my head down.
I've been on a ship for I don't know, a month, 2 months,
3.
3 months. The constant waves, being watched all the time by the ship. I don't care.
Oddly enough, I would say all of you kind of feel. I'm not gonna let you guys roll, but you feel the movement, but you're not moving because you've been on the ship for 3 months. You got sea legs.
I think Euphemia just sits down.
Yep.
Well, anyways, it's nice to be back in the lap of luxury. We just have to make money to be able to maintain it.
Oh,
But
we could always go and see if there's any jobs available. Still
absolutely.
fairly early.
But first, I want to check the package that the invitation. I'll pull out my fancy letter opener.
Mhm. All right. So as you open it, you see the invitation. Exact same thing what Brick had.
Aha! I knew it.
But there's another letter in there. It is from Christoph. It says, "Dear Lord, just to make sure that you know the rules, please bring a expensive item. It could be magical means, unique, legendary, and so forth. This is a good trade, and whatever if when your item is sold, you will get like a percentage or a profit from it."
So it's an auction. They auction it off for us.
Mhm.
All right. Does it say anything that I need that to enter to be able
Yes.
to buy? Okay,
Yes.
so in order to enter, I have to want to trade something.
Correct.
Interesting.
So
Do I see any time or day?
it
in
oh
place?
yes. So the time will be um the new year. So the new year. So you guys have 2 months. The
Okay.
location, it says, and it not on the invitation itself, but on the letter it says, make sure you bring out the invitation at 7 o'clock, no matter where you're at, if it's 7 p.m. or a.m. No, p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. anywhere, and a door will appear.
Oh no, it's a magical transportation spell. Okay, our plans might be ruined. Well, maybe not. We'll have to figure it out. So Victor kind of reads it off to him. Apparently, this invitation, whenever the time for it is ready, a door will appear. And we'll walk through it, and I'm sure you're transported somewhere. However, I have no idea where the hell it is. So the whole thought of scoping out the place and maybe being able to get back safely is going to be interesting. But it is the same exact invitation as the one we saw before.
Which is a huge step.
I just don't know if it's worth going. I mean, possibly in the future we might. I mean, we got a lot of time, but not being able to get back, especially if we start something there, it's going to be challenging.
Maybe we can at least see who they are.
We could do that. We just had to come up with an item to sell. And you couldn't go, unfortunately, because, the egg and the bounty that they have on you.
Can't you
I
disguise yourself?
I have something for that. Yes.
But if anything has taught me anything, you cannot count on your disguise to work some of the time. Things could
True.
surprise the hell out of you. Right? I thought my magic was foolproof, but we all
She
saw what
kinda-
happened.
She kind of shakes her head. It's not magical. I have stuff that I can do.
Like what?
She kind of looks a little embarrassed. For a moment, I acted in a play.
Are you talking
Look, I
about
need.
putting on makeup and
Yes.
Victor just coming to this realization. It's like, wait, magic couldn't do it, but makeup can? He's just like, maybe you're right. Maybe that might work.
A good old disguise.
Could work, absolutely. No one would be able to determine that any magic was used to hide your appearance. But
Exactly.
I don't know if true sight or anything of that nature would let you see through the disguise. It might. But who knows? These people probably aren't that powerful, honestly. The captain is a goddess, so that explains a lot.
Well, we can think on it when we get closer. You said
Mhm.
on the year, so we have 2 months.
Yes, we got plenty of time. In the meantime, back to what Magpie was talking about. Finding jobs. So I had an idea. And he kind of smiles and grins and looks to Brick. Do you know any wealthy individuals somewhere around here?
Brick would kind of narrow his eyes and smile a bit. Gonna do a history
I'm just
check.
Yes. I mean, you know, there is the Lord and Lady. There's some people throughout the city.
Yeah.
But you also know that some people are actually guarded from the Thieves Guild.
Right. See, there's not really a lot of wealthy people around here. I'm not sure if you could tell.
What do you mean? There's a whole noble quarter.
I mean,
There has to be
that's
some
it's kind of about
wealthy
it.
people around here.
But a lot of people around here are untouchable by me and my friends.
What? Why?
All right.
Well, I'm sorry for trying to put you in this direction. I'm just saying we have people with various skill sets that could earn us some coin. Perhaps you'd like to finally put your skills to use at some point.
He
Perhaps
kind
a
of
stakeout.
he kind of puts on a serious face with that comment. Where are we right now? DM, are we in the room? Or
Yeah, you're inside the room.
all right, I'm part of an organization. Let's just say.
No. Winter would gasp. But
And
there's no way you're part of an organization.
we agree that we will not take from each other.
Yes, but the entire town is not whatever organization you are, I'm sure.
Oh, but I don't take from those less fortunate than I am. And
I know, it's why we take the rich. People like myself, but not currently.
the Lord and Lady?
No, there has to be more rich people in this town. Can't just be the Lord and Lady. There has to be other lords. It's usually many nobles in cities. This is a pretty big one.
We can find out.
All I'm saying is maybe we keep our ears and eyes open so that if an opportunity presents itself to where we can make a lot of money, or perhaps get an artifact that we can use later down the road, perhaps we take it.
We can water the docks.
What?
We can work at the docks.
Victor just kind of hangs his head.
Might not be a lot of money, but we see things come into the city before anybody else does.
I thought you were a thief.
My point exactly. I see very valuable things come into the city before anybody else does.
Ah, I see what you're getting at. So you're looking at the cargo that's coming in. All right.
Okay, so you want us to be all thieves?
No, I'm just saying, right? Like we have 2 thieves among us, and I haven't seen them steal a damn thing since I met them.
But how would you know if they didn't steal anything? Because you can't see what they're stealing.
I was about to say the same exact thing.
Well, you didn't take
Besides,
it.
you have
What?
seen me steal things.
Yes, one thing from me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, all right. But how did that benefit the party? It benefited your ego at the time. I'm saying something that we could do that is substantial, right? That could, set us ahead a little bit, some money. Life out here is not cheap. And if we got 2, thieves, maybe we could set up some sort of sting. I can do various things. I can make you turn invisible. You can go get what you want to get.
It wouldn't be
I can
hard.
even keep a lookout for you and
I can-
send you telepathic messages.
I can ask questions. But what I'm saying is that even if it's just a cover, or even if it's, potential knowledge to be gained, working out at the docks has its advantages.
Yes, I agree. I think it could be beneficial. Might be able to hear something.
Also, and he kind of gets a bit serious. I don't know if there's any money in this, but there is something that I'm going to have to do, and I would appreciate if you all help me.
Sure.
There's a little girl missing. She was taken about 4 days ago. A baker's daughter.
All right. Do you want to follow up on that? Is that a priority that we should probably do?
If she was taken, I don't really know how much longer she has left.
All right. Yeah, it seems like a priority. Are you very close with this baker's daughter? Or just familiar?
Just familiar. Growing up around here, you see faces, you see people growing up.
I think another question we need to ask is, was she taken for money?
Guess we would have to talk to him. It's going to be a sensitive subject, but we have to start with the baker.
Victor pulls out a scroll and he has this magical quill kind of appear in the air and he starts writing down things. All right, so baker's daughter at the top of the list. Number 2, potential thievery, shenanigans, mischief. You guys, I'll write this as number 2. We don't have to do it, but number 2.
You could look at the billboard.
Yes, we can look at the billboard for legitimate jobs. Absolutely, number 3.
It might not be a bad idea to see if we can upgrade our equipment.
I ain't upgrading anything with the amount of gold that I have.
You did say you needed some things, though.
Yes, and we have to buy winter equipment for the journey. So we're going to need a lot of gold pretty quickly. We have 12 days to do it, 13,
11.
11. I suppose we could go a little longer if we have to. And we got to pay for the portals. Oh, and I need to pay Celeste back. I'm going to give you how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give you 10 gold.
All right, thank you.
Oh, right. Yeah, Warren will give her 10 gold as well.
May Papa do the same.
Eggs with
wonder-
dicks.
Thank you. All right.
We're in this together.
How much was it?
They paid for everything. It's fine. How about this? maybe we should have a little fun for all of us then.
I agree. Like
Like-
a party fun.
Yes, like who would like to do that? Because not me.
I'm really good at keeping track of money. Not, I guess, yes. I can
It
keep a
might be
separate
also
account.
yeah, it might be also like maybe potions or anything in the future.
Well, we need to find like a bag of holding or something in particular. Would be really nice, but that's very expensive. But in the meantime, I can collect the gold if y'all trust me with that. I can hold it. But the question is, from now on, do we want to put a percentage of what we make into the pile? What do you say, 20%?
I think that's
That
fine.
means
no
you gotta
issues
do
with it.
math.
I
Yes,
honestly
but you
don't
don't have to
care.
do the math. It's like we'll rack up all the money, we'll take 20%, throw it into the party fund, and then the rest gets distributed out evenly.
I think that's fair. There's a lot of things that we're going to need as a unit, and there's going to be things that we need individually. So that'll work.
Mm. Alright.
Your
Enough.
bag of holding, I will take care of that.
Yeah, you have a lead on one.
Not yet.
Alright, but you're going to take care of all the items and stuff in the future.
No, I'm saying I'm going to find one.
Oh, wonderful. Alright, excellent.
I can take care of the bag of holding stuff if need be.
Alright, well, whenever we get it, I'll do the math calculations for the gold, and we'll put it all in. We'll put everything in the bag and hold it whenever we get one. But they are pretty expensive unless we find one to steal or we find one out somewhere in the world.
I said I'll take care of it.
I like
Right.
the motivation, Warren.
All right, so let's do something on that list then. We still have plenty of days. Not days. You know what I mean.
All right. Well, we could probably head to the baker to talk to him, but stop along the notice board.
Also, I have a bit of a wild idea when it comes to this missing daughter.
All right.
Victor did mention that he has the ability to communicate with people as long as he has a description and knows who he's sending his message to.
Vaughn
Try and
eyes would
contact
open
her.
widely.
We could try and contact her that way and see if maybe she knows where she's at.
Victor, is that telepathically, or
Victor.
does she have to speak out loud?
She would have to. Let me actually look into my spellbook.
That's a great
I
idea,
believe you had to
Nix.
speak out loud, but I'll double check that.
I guess I'm only
I think
worried
you have
if
to speak out loud.
if she's in a position that she can't answer. But perhaps a
Yeah, I think it's
whisper at least.
I think you have to speak out loud for that.
I think it's still worth a shot.
You could instruct her to leave a little clue for us.
I think that's a brilliant idea, Nix. And when we talk to the baker, we can either get something that belonged to her or that would help you make contact from her father. Nobody's going to know her better.
This makes me wonder if they've tried scrying.
Again, we only know when we talk to him.
Fair
We're very limited on information at the moment.
Well, typically those services are quite expensive if you go to a wizard to scry on someone for you.
Yeah, and I
but
can tell
yes,
you, Baker's not swimming in gold.
That's all right. That's a very good idea with the message, the sending. But yes, if she's in a predicament and kidnapped, it could potentially put her at risk. Hopefully she's smart enough that
I'm sure she will
won't
be.
respond. Mhm.
And maybe
Yes.
you could include it in your message, like only respond if you're able to or something.
Very good. Yes.
Right. Notice board. See if we can pick up some jobs.
Who knows? Maybe we'll
Sounds
find
good
a
to me.
cave full of treasure.
All right. So you head towards the notice board.
Yes.
Yar.
Okay. As you, I was gonna say, wind your way. You work your way through Feilu. Between, of course, Magpie and Brick. This is you know where to go. You know how to get to certain places even faster. At times, for a split moment, you almost lose your companions and realize, oh, I'm going a little bit too fast.
Yeah, it'll be like the most unconventional ways to get through places.
Yeah.
I feel like the only one who wouldn't get lost in that scenario is Nyx because he can fly. Just watch him from above.
Mm-hmm. But you do eventually get to the notice board. And notice board, first you glance, you see like little tiny snippets of like need help cleaning a room, we'll pay, 1 gold. A delivery to like help the postal, will pay another maybe a couple gold here and there. So it's like stuff that's like cleaning, all that stuff. But there's 2 that will stand out. They look brand new. So first one that you read, it says, "Family bandits. My son and his 2 friends have left the village and become bandits. Find them and teach them an error of their ways. Reward if they return must be alive. Seraphi." The next one that pops up, it says, need demolition help. Demolition company is looking for outside help to clear out and then tear down the vacant house. And then it's this boss. Both of them will give you information on where to find them through the city.
All right. Both of those has great potential. Just kind of roll them up and store them away for later.
All right. So you guys took that off. Now where are you guys heading next?
To the baker.
To the baker. Okay. The bakery is not that far. You see it just ahead of you. You smell, some fresh bread. As you walk to, you see this this woman. Her hair is just kind of hanging in a messy bun. She just looks sad, and as she is like bagging some bread and handing it to some people, and as you open the door, you hear like a little bell. Welcome to the bakery. How can I help you?
Is the old man here?
Yeah. Do you need a? Oh, hey, Brick, right?
Yeah. He smiles.
Yeah. Do you need to speak with him then?
Yeah, I think somewhere private, if that's okay.
Is there a reason?
We want to help.
You start to see her eyes water, and She grabs a handkerchief and dabs it away. Um, I don't know how much more you can help. We did all we could. Asking for help and paying to find her location.
I understand. But I haven't done all I can do. Neither have my friends.
You hear some footsteps coming through the kitchen, and door opens, and you see a tall man, bushy beard, and he looks to you all, nod, and he puts his hand on the woman's shoulder. You could tell that he heard the conversation, and he looks to you, Rick. The only information that we gathered or found, or what they said, is towards the east. They scryed and lost her towards the east. I know that they're working with other towns. One is able, and that's all we know.
Well, my friends and I were actually heading out that way. Soon.
He nods.
Do you happen to have a drawing of her or anything?
She points, and there is a painting of her. She has light brown hair, hazel eyes, and she's wearing a light green dress.
Victor?
Ah, yes. I have the ability to send her a message, and she could respond should she be able to. I need to ask a few things. You said that there was a scry spell that was cast upon her. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you working with a wizard? Did the wizard tell you anything about the spell? Were they able to see the individual or not?
What they said, what they saw was trees covering, because I guess looking down. And as they tried to get closer, all of a sudden it just vanished. But when he looked at the map, it was towards the east.
That's unfortunate. When was this done?
It
How-
was 2 days ago.
All right. And did the wizard say anything about the spell being blocked?
He said it was almost like it just fizzled.
Victor would kind of have a frown on his face. All right. There might be some sort of protection from divination placed upon her, which would be unfortunate. But I can still try. What clothes was she wearing? Is she wearing something similar to what she has on here in the painting?
It would have been her nightgown. It's like a soft pink
All
color.
right. And what is her name?
Her name is, I think I said Kala. Yes, Kala.
Kala. All right. I think I have enough to go off. Is there anything you would like to say in particular? I have to keep it short and sweet, but it's going to be more about asking if she knows any idea where she's at.
The woman will kind of like move her hair, and you notice that she actually has pointed ears. She is an elf, and the man is human. So Kala is half elf. She will look to you and tell her that we will find you, and we miss you, and we love you so much.
All right. Can do. Victor kind of looks at the group, seeing if anyone wants to say anything before he starts the cast. All right. So, I guess knowing that he has all the information he needs, he'll start waving his hands in the air and he'll start the cast. And he'll say, Kala, if you are unable to respond, do not. However, your family misses you, and we will find you. Do you know where you are? And he would end it there.
Warren would nod.
Oh. A moment rolls by, even though you said you don't have to say anything. Several minutes roll by, you don't get anything back.
All right. Did Victor detect any? Did it seem like the spell went through, or no?
It did feel the spell went through.
Okay. All right. I think the spell went through. I don't think it was blocked, but I don't think she's in a situation to where she can respond. So we might have to try again much later in the evening, perhaps whenever these individuals have gone to sleep.
Are other things other than words able to get through on that spell?
No, just words.
Damn. Figured if she could cough, maybe that could be a response. Like one cough for yes, two coughs for no.
I have an
Just
idea.
doesn't-
I could say. I could have her respond with something that she might be able to ask from her captors, and they would be able to hear her. I'll try this again. And Victor will start casting the spell. He'll cast it again. Kala, I did not receive a response from you. However, the spell went through. If you are there, say, may I have something to eat, please? I'm hungry. And then he would stop the spell.
A minute rolls by. 2 minutes. 5 minutes. No response.
No response. All right. All right. It could just be that potentially she's just unable to answer at the moment. Victor almost says something that he catches himself. He almost says maybe she's. Well, he almost says something that could potentially upset the group. But you see him catch himself, and he's like, "She's probably just unavailable at the moment."
She could be sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
You see the woman just kind of brush away more tears. She just had her 16th birthday. I hope she's okay.
We'll do everything we can to find her. I promise.
Well, the spell has gone through, so she's alive. That much is for certain. So it's a good thing. Stay positive. Is there any other information besides she just went to East? What happened the night of her disappearance?
She looks up to her husband. I woke up, I think it was like around 3 o'clock in the morning, and I heard wagon, like a wagon with a horse or two. I didn't really think of anything that time, but I kind of remembered thinking, that's awfully really early for anybody to be on the streets. I didn't think anything of it. He just looks down and you can kind of see his fist roll up into a ball.
I'm sorry to bring this up again, but any bit of information that you can remember could potentially help us find her.
That's all I remember.
All right. So you heard a wagon around 3 o'clock in the morning. Was your daughter in her room at this time? And
He
if
looks at
so,
you. She should have been.
should have been. Is there any reason why she would not be?
No.
Has she recently met someone?
No.
All right.
So you're uncertain if she was in her room or not?
We've answered these questions. If you want to help look, if you don't, then forget it.
No, I'm trying. Sir, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to recreate the scene of events so that we could better assist you. That's all. Not trying to cause any sort of offense.
Magpie's going to make her way over towards Celeste and Nyx. Because I'm pretty sure that she remembers Nyx speaking with animals before. She'll go to Nyx first. And then kind of like lean down to whisper to him. Do you still have that way to speak with animals?
Nyx would look at Magpie and shake his head no.
We've done so before.
Hard to explain. We could talk about it more when we're not in situation.
So yeah, the man will continue. That's all I know. That's all I know. She should have been in her bed, sleeping like we all do.
All right.
At that
she
hour of the
should have been.
night, I'm sure there were people in the streets. Some people, at least.
Would you mind showing us the direction of her room? Are we able to search the place? Look for any information?
He looks at you. It's already been taken care of.
Very well, good sir. Then I'll take my leave. Victor will he'll kind of step out of the room. I guess he would kind of go like out to the street level to where no one could hear him. He would point his finger and he would cast the cantrip message.
Okay.
And he would direct it toward Voran. Voran, I'm in your head right now. It's obvious that there's something suspicious with this individual. He does not want to provide any sort of information about his daughter. I'm not sure how we can further help him.
So Voran's gonna say like, okay, like he's answering Victor, but also leading his next sentence, you know, so it doesn't seem obvious. Like I said, we're going to do what we can. And whatever truth there is to be revealed, we will reveal it. And can I do either perception or insight to see if this guy's being honest?
It would be insight check. He's honest. I mean, he's a father. And you got to think about how many questions he's been asked and she's been asked, and you all really don't know, you know, what else has been happening and going on and stuff.
We'll get back to you whenever we have more information.
He knows.
TM, what time of day is it? It's still like afternoon, right?
Say yeah, it's getting like noontime, afternoon, around there.
Nix would walk out of the bakery.
Yeah, so would Warren.
Yeah.
All of you walk out of the bakery. What do you guys want to do?
There's something very suspicious with that individual.
It is a little strange that he's asking for help, yet he seems so unwilling to give information.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's that per se. More like he's probably frustrated.
That's still no excuse to be ignorant about the disappearance of your daughter.
Yeah, I don't care how frustrated you are. If somebody's offering you help, you take it.
Absolutely. He would
You
not.
also have to
go
think
ahead.
how many people they've asked for that haven't been able to do anything. I get his frustration, and I see y'all's point of view as well. This makes it very, very tough.
It's impossible. He won't give us the basic information we need to give us any sort of lead. I think it's very selfish of the father. His daughter could essentially be in a situation where she's merely days from death. Who knows? And he won't even let us investigate the situation. So, honestly, as much as I'd like to help, I feel like our hands are tied.
And perhaps it's the mother we should be talking to.
If y'all want to pursue that course, it might not be a bad one. I have an idea. It may not work. I don't know.
What's that?
There's more than just people here.
Magpie's gonna nod in agreement. The cats are an information network on their own.
That they are, to that extent, I can no longer speak to animals. So if we have another way of communicating with them that would work, I was personally thinking the primordial spirits.
Right.
Do we actually think they would be watching at this particular moment? The best source of information that we have is in that building right there. Right? We don't know if she was in her. He kind of said she should have been in her bed, implying that she wasn't in her bed. However, he would not confirm that.
He may not have known.
Yeah, it may have been that he was angry that she was elsewhere.
Yeah, he was implying that she was elsewhere, where she shouldn't have been.
I mean, she's 16 years old. She probably snuck out.
As we all have.
Yes, potentially, but that's a very vital piece of information that that individual, the baker, needs to share. Honestly,
Are there any like spirits about? Like that I could tell.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Fuck me.
No, the only one that you see is Laura.
Mm.
And even like Laura's next to you, and she's like just kind of hugging her teddy.
If there's no spirits and we can't talk to animals.
I have an idea. I could forcefully try to have him answer my question.
Well, I was also thinking we could come back later when it's dark out.
I could try to charm him, and he would think that we were friends, and then he would potentially answer. But after the spell's done, he'd probably be very angry with me.
I mean, these people have known me for most of my life.
Well, I hate to just pick up and say, all right, let's move on to the job. But if he's not going to give us anything and we have no other leads, then we're wasting our time here.
I don't think we need to find leads. I might need to talk to those who lurk in the shadows.
I think it might be a good idea for us to split into groups and do some digging. We could also see if the magic shop might have a scroll of bestial speak.
Like even a scroll of scrying would be nice too.
That's a good point. If you guys, Victor, I think you wanted to go to the magic shop anyway.
It's going to be way too expensive.
It's still worth a shot of looking.
I think we're giving up way too easy on the information that's right here.
No, it's not giving up on information. It's finding other alternative ways to get information.
I'm just saying, if you cannot get information from the direct source, the family of the individual, isn't it a long
doesn't
shot?
always know what's going on.
Yeah, if she was taken, he probably doesn't know anything, except for the fact that she should have been sleeping.
Well, he knows that she was taken from outside the house, right? Because otherwise, why would he have heard a wagon? So she had to be in the area. So somewhere around the bakery. I suppose their home is somewhere in the bakery.
What is a place where teenagers like to go to here?
Yes, but why would the wagon roll around in front of the bakery?
Maybe she got a ride home.
Well, also assuming that she went outside.
It's a possibility.
Who's to say that they didn't sneak into the room directly and
It is true. A lot of us have abilities that we could just get in and out.
It is also confusing as to why she would be taken with no ransom.
It's very
Maybe
strange.
she knows something she shouldn't.
That is possible.
All right.
There's way too many questions to answer.
I said that I was going to figure out this holding bag thing, right? And I think I can ask the right people the right questions. So I will be back.
All right, where are we meeting up?
Silver Stag, dinner?
If we all try and gather some information. I have no issues throwing, if we need to, throwing money towards the magic scroll.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that
if we do find a scroll and it's a particular spell that I can have, I would ask, instead of us using it, that you would allow me to copy that into my spell book so that I can cast it all the time.
Oh, yes, of course. That would be, I mean, the better
oh,
investment.
Yeah, that 100%.
All
Do
right.
you have the ability to learn to speak with animals?
I'm not sure.
It's only bards, druids, or rangers.
Unfortunately, I do not know. But I think I have the ability to scry. However, that might be a bit above me. I'm not sure if that's
It is a level 5
scry is level
spell.
5 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't do that either.
No. It would be a chance to see if it actually goes through, because I would have to make you roll it for it. But also, if it fails, it still is consumed. Versus you keeping it until you can actually put it in your book. So
yeah,
it's just one of those things.
So I think Vaughn's go check on your things with your contacts. We can head to the magic shop to see what we can find. After that, I'll break off and hopefully it's still around. Go and potentially have a chat with the water spirit.
Mm-hmm. If I get done faster,
Maybe-
I'll find you guys. I promise.
Yeah, maybe potentially try and find the fire spirit if he's anywhere near the market.
I'm going to stay here in the vicinity of the bakery. I'm going to try to see if I could find out more information. I want to observe these individuals.
All right.
And potentially see if I could find a way in with my familiar into her room.
Actually, Victor, you brought it up earlier. You have the ability to go invisible.
Yes, I do.
So potentially that could be a way to get into a room
without
and have a search
upsetting
around.
everyone.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
All right.
How long does that last, though?
1 hour.
Okay.
I think it sounds like a plan. Minerva, Euphemia, what do you think?
It sounds fine to me.
Magpie, do you want to come with me, or?
Might as well. I was gonna go and try to see if I could find any of the cats.
All right, that's probably a better idea.
You do that if we manage to come across a scroll that allows us to speak with animals. The cats know you a lot better. It'd probably be smarter for you to chat with them.
I'm still thinking of possibly staying here until it gets quieter and darker, since it's a little harder for spirits to talk during the day.
Yeah, but that's a lot of wasted time. We need to do something.
We can at least try and get information. Meet back up for dinner and then come back out after dinner when we're all full of energy.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea, but from now until it gets dark,
It is going to be a lot of time.
Okay, wherever people need me, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be here as well.
I'm sure
if
you
you're
could. You
staying.
and Victor could probably work something out here, either as a distraction or you aiding him.
I would like to ask Celestia if you wouldn't mind coming with me, because when it comes to magical stuff, it's not really my expertise.
All right, I can do that. All right. So where is everybody going?
I think Victor and Euphemia
Magpies.
stay on there.
Okay.
Euphemia stay
Magpies.
on there.
Okay. So Victor and Euphemia staying. The rest?
Minerva would also stay.
Okay.
Magpie's gonna go check the dock area for the cats.
Mhm.
See if she can't find Mama or one of the other ones she's familiar with.
Okay. And what's Voren doing?
And Voren's going to go talk to Granny.
Okay. And Nyx and Celeste are going where?
Magic shop.
Perfect. Okay. So in the meantime, Victor, Minerva, and Euphemia, you're staying in this area. There's places you can sit, relax. I mean, you see people kind of like chit chat with each other. You see people reading books. This is a nice little area to kind of like basically chill out. Did you guys want to do anything?
I think Euphemia is gonna look for her book to see if there's any creatures that has been documented in her family's book that come at early hours in the night or in the morning
Mm-hmm.
that can possibly go invisible and known to taking either children or young teenagers, like just abducting them, whether it be like folklore or all sorts of shit, whatever she has documented.
Go ahead. Well, yeah. For right now, you will read that.
Mhm.
What's Minerva doing?
I don't know, to be honest.
I suppose we can have a little conversation about
Mhm.
the plan here, right? Okay, so here's what I was thinking. First, I can pull out my familiar. I'll have her fly around and see if she can find a window that could potentially be the window that might be, for the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
If so, then I'm going to try and see what I can see through my familiar's eyes. If I'm able to get in through the window that I think could be hers, I will do that. If not, I was planning on going invisible, going inside the area, and trying to work my way to try to figure out where her room is.
Okay.
And see essentially if there's a journal of who she might be seeing, a diary, anything of that nature.
Okay. So you're gonna do your owl first.
The owl first, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, Victor snaps his fingers and mist appears in her owl
Mhm.
form on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want you to fly around the bakery, try to get close to some of the windows if you can, and I'm just going to observe. I'm looking for what would be about a 16-year-old daughter's bedroom. All right? So do your best to, just fly around and let me look.
Okay. Mist takes off into the air as you are looking through the eyes. It flies around, and it is above the bakery. There's a couple of windows. One window you look into, and you kind of see like a bigger bed. You're assuming it's the woman and her husband's room. It flies around the corner, and you see a single bed. The door is closed. The window is closed as well. But looking through the eyes, the bed is made. There is flowers on the bed and in a vase. It's a very simple room. You even look around, you see a mirror, which, you can see the reflection of your owl. There's a small closet or cabinet that is closed. Miss kind of peers around, and there's a small bookshelf with some few books. There is like a nightstand. They have a small jewelry box. It's a very simple room.
Victor's gonna telepathically say, see if you can unlatch the window. See if it's locked. Do it quietly.
Al kind of looks up and around, and you see through his eyes the latch is on the other side.
All right. So Victor still has his eyes rolled back in his
Mhm.
head, and he's saying, "I can see her room. It looks like it's on the second floor. I know which one's their bedroom, and I know which one's her bedroom. Looks like the door's shut. I don't know if I can go through this window unless I break it. Don't want to do that. All right. I have an idea, actually. A very ingenious idea. All right, I think I can climb through the window, and I think I can teleport through to the other side. You're with me on this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worth it? Should I try?
Just the one thing I worry about is if you go in and possibly hit something. And cause a
Well,
ruckus.
potentially. But I should be able to just teleport to where I can see. So that would mean if I could see through a window to the other side, I could probably I could teleport to that area. Or I go invisible and try to work my way past the bakery workers and the father. Try to work my way upstairs and try to go into the room that way. Not sure what the best course of action is. But I could potentially, if I go through the window, I could teleport through the window into the room. Hopefully, go. Everything's just fine. Then I can go invisible. Then I can search through the various belongings. And if anything goes sideways, I teleport back out. What do you think?
That could work.
All right, I'm going to be very tired of this, but I think it's worth it, right?
Hopefully. Learn something.
I know. It was a shame that the father wouldn't just let us go up the damn steps and figure it out, but it makes me wonder if he's hiding something.
I'd hope not.
All right. Well, I'm going to attempt to do this. If things go horribly, horribly wrong, and I end up in jail somewhere, try to get me out. See you in a jiff.
She would stop him for just a moment and just be like, good luck. And I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration.
Wonderful.
Okay. As you approach a building, the windows itself is facing out, meaning people can see you attempt to climb this.
Is there anything in 30 feet? Is there any alley anywhere where I can see the window? Like, how high up is it? Like, can I get a vantage point?
It is, I would say it's 30 feet up. I mean, there's a bunch of buildings all around, and it really depends on how you want to approach it. Like, do you want to try to get on another building?
I would like to try to find, like, a place where I can climb up without being seen that's close enough to the window. If that means it's another roof, then so be it.
Okay.
I don't want to climb right up the side of the face of the bakery.
Yeah.
People are going to see me.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
At this point, in a way, it's like your blood is rushing because it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, you want to know. It is so hard to actually pinpoint stuff down. I mean, there is an alleyway, but there's no way to get up without using like rope. Try to like toss it up there. You would have to need a hook to get up there. Yeah, there's like no safe way that you can tell.
All right. So
How about this? I'll let you think about it, and I'll move on to another person.
Okay.
Warren.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, so after our conversation, they would have seen Warren just kind of fade into an alley and, jump across walls, and he would have gone straight to Granny's house. And just like knock and slowly open the door.
She's sitting in that rocking chair. She has a little cup with tea in it, sipping. Come in.
Granny, have you even moved since I last came to visit? He just says as a joke.
Of course, I run around the whole city.
I'm sure you do. Actually, never mind. I need help, Granny.
Okay.
This little girl.
What do you need help on?
What do we know? Did anybody see anything?
She takes a heavy sigh. I feel sorry for them. When we heard that she was taken. She just had her birthday. But we tried. She was not the only one taken that night.
Really?
She nods. We gathered that an older gentleman was taken. Same story with this wagon and a couple horses. She thinks, I believe the person lives out of town. What was her name? Oh, that's right. Her name is Seraphy. She might have, she's in the middle of trying to look for her sons. Apparently they become bandits. She kind of smirks.
So, is there anything that they have in relation?
No.
So just two random people.
Mm-hmm. All I know is that we have some people in Able, some our people. They're looking into it. She kind of... She looks towards her window. I mean, she can see outside. It's a nice little, beautiful area. And she kind of winks at it in the covers of the window covers. It covers the window. And then one by one, any windows are around, they start to close and cover.
I'm imagining this isn't the first time Voren's seen this.
Correct.
He just looks around,
see her-
still impressed.
Yeah. You see her kind of get up, and she's just this tiny little halfling woman. And she walks to you, and, walking with her cane. She kind of tells you to get closer to her.
He does.
As like, there's more people missing.
How many?
So for 2 here, there is. Hold on, I'm gonna open my map.
And
'Cause
we
I
think
need
maybe
to-
they're connected.
Connected to what?
All of the kidnappings.
She nods. She thinks. She says, "This you would know, even though I don't have the map for you."
Mm-hmm.
So up north, she would say, another big town named Nami or Nami. 2 people are missing from there. Northeast, a place called Houndford. 2 people are missing there. And head towards the east. There's a place named Velsami. 2 people are missing there.
Is it always 2?
Mm-hmm. So at the moment, there are 8 people missing.
Is this really
What I
strange,
heard-
Granny?
It is. What I heard is one of the wizards was scrying, and it disappeared. Like the dot disappeared, going towards Abel, but not near Abel. That's where it gets a little fuzzy. So we have people over there looking and seeing, because there's a bunch of there are travelers, of course, and there's roads, but there's even places of unknowns.
Gran, you don't think this is related to the werewolf sightings?
Who knows? But best keep you on your toes, though. Nasty assholes. She turns around and slowly walks back to her chair.
Thank you, Granny. How have you been? Have you been getting visits? Has Sylvie been by? Don't tell her I called her Sylvie.
I'll keep that in my pocket. She's always been by. We always have good conversations. Of course, people come and go. Apparently there's going to be some kind of gathering. I don't know. I don't care for those gatherings anyway. Too old for it.
Are we talking about the guild itself, or?
She nods.
Good. I have to talk to Silvara. There's something that I need, but that my group needs. Is she in town?
Well, she points down, like downstairs kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now's as good a time as any.
Oh, by the way, tell her that she owes me 20 gold.
I have to
She's-
tell her that?
She smiles as she sips her tea.
Granny, I don't want to tell her that.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Wait, did you bet something?
She sips her tea again, smiles.
He raises an eyebrow and then goes down the stairs.
Okay. You head downstairs, and you see a couple of folks in the shadows. Of course, they're always lurking and hiding and playing pranks
Shady.
on each other. Yeah, as you walk, all of a sudden you step forward, and a dagger just barely touches or barely kisses your shoe in the front, and you hear a laugh.
Yeah, he would have like frozen and
Dang.
put his hands up.
Yeah.
It's me.
Mm. You see somebody cloaked, and you just see just a pair of amber eyes looking at you, and the person just kind of picks it up. I know, and she leaves.
That's never funny.
Good to be on your toes, even though I caught it almost.
He shakes his head and keeps walking.
You walk through the hallways, and eventually you will get to her office. Doors open. Look like she's just reading through some scrolls and stuff.
Yeah, he just knocks on the door frame. Hello.
Come in.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
And look, you're alive.
I'm alive, and Granny says you owe her 20 gold. But anyway,
Shit. Yeah, all right, what?
I need your help. My group needs your help.
Oh? What do you need my help for?
I'm looking for something that we need, and I'm willing to do something for the guild in exchange. We need a bag of holding, something that can carry all of our shit.
He
Where,
just keeps looking at you.
where can I get one?
You know one of your companions has one.
What? Celestia.
She smiles.
It never hurts to have another one.
You're not there!
I know!
Why didn't she speak up when I was just... Anyway. How much do those things go for?
300 gold.
300 gold? Look, I think I'm a thief. Question. Have you heard
Answer.
about this collective auction thing? Who am I kidding? Of course you have.
Yes, I'm invited.
You're invited. Well,
Yeah.
I'm invited as well. He just kind of shows off even though he's full of shit.
I bet you stole it from somebody.
Yeah,
I see.
Damn it. He hates how she's always one step ahead of him. Maybe. It doesn't matter. I have an invitation.
So what are you going to sell?
I don't know. Is there anything around here that I could take? And he's like picking up things in
Nope.
her office.
All of a sudden she flicks something at you, and there is a chain wrapped around your wrist.
Oh, I'm joking.
And the chain actually looks very dainty and small, but you feel the weight, and it's like almost to the point where you're bending down to the ground.
All right.
She gets up and stands up and gently just takes the chain off, and all of a sudden you just feel it. She just holds it. It doesn't look like it's heavy for her, but she puts it on her desk. Mhm.
What do you think I can take?
What do you have?
I have vampire fangs.
Really? Let me see. She
He
gets back and sits in her chair.
he shows her the little pouch where the invitation that we put together.
So she dumps the bag and she looks at the teeth. Interesting. She opens a drawer and she takes out like a monocle. She looks at it. And then she looks up at you. And she looks at it again. Do you know what these are?
Yes, they're vampire fangs.
Not just any vampire fangs.
He's like, his eyes are kind of jolting back and forth, and he doesn't know what she's talking about.
This belongs to an elder.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Meaning whoever got these, either they were in a fight for their lives or they were very lucky. And usually being very lucky against an elder means death.
Wait, that means if somebody catches me with these, I'm in big trouble.
Probably. But if you did steal it from somebody, that means they were trying to sell it. Because these can get pricey.
Then these could essentially get me into the auction?
Mm-hmm. She puts her monocle back in the desk.
Well, we were thinking about traveling to this vampire town. Are they going
She
to know
raises
that I have
an
these on
eyebrow.
me?
Well, don't show them. Don't say anything. Don't mention anything.
No.
Wait, what town are you going to?
What is it called? Something Rose?
You're fired.
What do you mean I'm fired?
This is the DM talking. You don't even remember I said it twice.
Duh.
See, I have it written down, but I'm not there.
Exactly.
That's in character, though. He's like, something Rose?
Yeah, she looks at you. Come on, you can say it.
Emerald Rose? No. It's something with an E, I think.
Dang notes. Everfall Rose.
That's exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But she looks at you. Wait. And she pinches just, her nose, bridge of her nose. You're not going to go try to kill them, are you?
No, why would I kill them?
Why would you go there?
Because one of my companions wants to visit.
All right. So, that city. How do I say this? It's okay to visit, but always respect. We do some dealings with them.
Mm-hmm.
The duchesses, can be very kind, but they can also flip a switch. Especially the one that's called Red.
Oh, I heard.
See, there's a rumor that the goddess herself turned Red into who she is. So that means She is quite old, quite powerful. So she will be considered an ancient.
I see.
Her wife would also be an ancient. So don't piss them off. Ever. Respect.
I don't intend to piss anyone off. Is there any of our kind?
Like I said, we do dealings.
All right.
And, I mean, their specialty items that they sell and reasons why people do go there, but they don't necessarily know they're all vampires. Is they have a particular rose. Oddly enough, they got it from the Feywilds, and they grow it there. This particular rose is purple, beautiful,
Disease or
very
potions?
expensive. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And they also have other herbs and stuff which they know how to grow. It seems that they gather it probably through their lifetime and through other places and manufacture it there.
I see. By the way, Granny told me about the kidnappings. You know, I'm going to have to look for her, right?
Don't we all? Eight are missing.
So far.
Who knows how many more? Mm-hmm.
Right. Anything else anybody knows? Or I'm sure Granny already has all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by
Right
the way,
now-
we're looking for jobs if you need us to acquire anything.
She scratches her chin. At the moment, I don't. Everybody's doing what they need to do. The city itself, when you left, there was a riot. Oh, you missed the riot. Good times.
Why was there a riot?
People wanted to leave. They couldn't.
Oh, I guess everybody got a bit of cabin fever, huh? Well, the
Just a
portals
little
are
bit,
opening.
yeah. Yes, finally. The only thing is they're opening on this continent. They're not opening the rest just yet. That takes a little bit more time.
Right.
But at least it's through this continent. We got other means. There you go.
Sure. All right, so Vara,
She looks at you. Mm-hmm.
you know where to find me.
Always.
I'll see you around.
Mhm.
He like, instead of walking out, he backs out of her office without breaking eye contact.
Yep. She picks up the chain and even though it's like, a long chain, she ends up twirling it in her fingers as she leans back.
As soon as he clears the door, he'll say, "It was nice to see you too," and then he'll just like fade away.
All right. You end up going back to the Silver Stack, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna go towards the Silver Stag, but he's going to take any passage like from there instead of going.
Mhm.
Not sure what the closest exit would be, but he's gonna try to go underground.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so you do so. Nyx
Yeesh.
and Celeste. You are going where?
The magic
Magic
shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice little quaint magic shop. In here, you see some like little stuff here and there. It looks like they almost got wiped out. But you do see like a gnome, and looking like looks like it's like gathering some paperwork, writing some things down. And oh, hi, can I help you?
Yes, I was curious if you might potentially have a magic scroll for speaking to animals.
You know what? I think you are in luck. I might have one. Yep, I have one left.
I know everybody's
Yeah.
favorite question. How much is this going to run me?
You know what? Let me well, let me see. All right. So, this will run you 100 gold.
All right.
Nix would literally just open his bag and start terribly counting out 100 gold coins.
And do you want me to help you? Celeste kind of gets to you.
Yes, please.
Oh, yes. All right. So she actually starts counting out right in front of you. Okay. 95, 96, 97, 100 gold right there. Oh, good. Perfect. She and then scoops it up and hands you the scroll.
Thank you very much. This will be very useful for us.
Perfect. Have a wonderful day. Evening, something. Yep.
And Nix would hand it to Celestia to hold on to.
True. Yes, I will hold on to this. There we go. All right. Anything else you need to do?
And yep, he would look at Celeste and be like, we need to make our way to the fountain.
All right. Make your way to the fountain. It's not that far from the bakery or people, which they could probably see Euphemia and Minerva can see. I would say it's almost like 50 feet away from them. But you head to the fountain.
Nix would sit down.
Okay. Forgot that was. He would sit down at the fountain and lean over, and in Primordial.
Water Spirit, are you there?
A moment goes by, a minute, and you see some bubbles.
I just had a quick question for you. I believe it was 4 days ago. The baker's daughter went missing. Would you happen to have seen anything?
You start to hear. Only thing we saw or heard was a wagon. 2 people talking, a couple horses, and then a flash of light. That was it.
Did it sound like the people were arguing or just normal conversing?
Just normal. Like, you kind of see, like, almost like a bubble up here, but it is part of the water elemental, and you see almost kind of like a eye shape looking up. All the words we heard was, need to get to the next.
It's actually very useful information. Thank you very much.
It nods and slowly goes back into the water. Oh, wait, I have something. And Celeste kind of pulls out a jelly and tosses it. And then you just kind of see these hands kind of grab it and nom 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 nom.
All right. At that point in time, since I'm sure Nix can see the other Minerva, Victor, and Euphemia, he would motion to Celeste towards them.
Yeah, I think we should say something at least. You guys will start walking that way. In the meantime,
you don't see Victor.
no.
Well,
Good.
oh yeah. Well,
True.
Minerva and Euphemia.
Yes. In the meantime, Magpie, what are you doing?
I'm going to make my way down to the docks where I know that most of the cats hang out,
Mhm.
and try to find Mama or one of the other cats and try to get their attention to pull them aside.
Okay. Let's see. You see Mama Kitty. You do see a grayish color old cat named you know the name Gramps. And
Yeah, those are the ones who bullied me to join in with people.
then you will also see a beige color cat with light brown named Carmel. So those are the three that you see.
She'll go up to Mama because she kind of treats Mama like the boss.
Mm-hmm.
You can understand me, right, Mama? At the very
You hear a
least.
purr.
I'm going to take that as a yes. Do you know if any of the cats saw what happened to the baker's daughter about 4 days ago? You
Cat
are the eyes and the ears of the city. I hope that one of you saw it.
the monkey looks up to you and tilts the head. And you just hear a mew. And then, oddly enough, it almost like you feel the vibration from just this mew. And you see a male cat, all black. You know his name is Neef. This particular cat, you guys, all of them talk to him, but he is known to hang around the Thieves Guild.
You said his name is Neef, like
Neef.
knife, but pronouncing the...
Yep. Neef.
Hello there, Neef. Did you see what happened to the baker's daughter?
The cat sits and licks his paw and looks up at you.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. You gotta give me a little bit more to go on, love. Or are you saying that you want payment for the information? You hang around us enough to know that.
You just yes. It extends his paw out, and you just see its claws, and his claws are like white. Like it looks like it's trying to grab something.
I don't have any fish on me right now. I could go and get some fish. Do you want fish? I could get fish.
Cat puts back its paw down, looks over to Mama Kitty. Mama Kitty glares. And the niece just looks back at you.
I just need to know if you saw anything first. I don't have a lot of coin. If you
The
saw
cat,
something, I would gladly give you a fish for the information.
cat looks up to you and just a simple, what you gather is a nod.
All right, then stay right here. I will be back with fish. And she'll wander off, kind of grumbling to herself, more of the I've been back in the town for less than a day and I'm already being bullied and bossed around by cats.
Cat hustle, man.
She will go and find a fish merchant and find a decent sized fish, not like a really big one, but a good
3
sized
copper.
fish.
Yeah, it's just 3 copper. You're fine.
Alright. And she will head back to where she left the cats and dangle the fish in front of Neef.
Mhm.
Alright. So I have a fish. And for this fish, when my friends come back and they can actually speak to you properly, where we can communicate like civilized people, I suppose. Well, I mean, it's hard when you can't communicate and you understand me, but I don't understand you. Please tell them what they know. And she'll put the fish down in front of Neef.
He starts eating it.
I'm gonna be very cross if this is just a way for you to get fish. But she looks at Mama. I know that your mother wouldn't let you get away with that.
You see her, it's just like her ears kind of flick back and forth.
And she'll reach over and give her a pet.
She purrs. Anything else you want to do?
That is a good question. She'll look at Mama for a moment before she gets ready to go. Has anything else strange happened in town since we've been away? Or is it just this kidnapping?
The cat kind of looks at you. Kind of looks like just shrugs. You get the feeling that you can only communicate with a cat so much.
Well, it's be nice to be back here for a little bit. And she'll reach down and give them both a quick pat before motioning to Neef. All right then, come on. Let's at least go and find the others and see if there's a way that they could talk to you properly.
The cat almost like takes a chunk with it, and its mouth like chewing, following you. All
Right, and then
right.
she'll lead him back to where the others are.
Okay. So you head back towards the bakery. Okay. So in the meantime, Euphemia and Minerva, Victor, you're out of sight. You're down an alleyway. You see Nyx and Celeste approaching you guys.
Any luck?
Yes. We managed to get our hands on a scroll to speak with animals, and got quite a bit of useful information from the water primordial.
Oh, okay. So what'd you find
Oh.
out?
Almost very much matches up with what the baker told us. The carriage went by, being pulled by a couple of horses, but the tidbit of information that helps out more is that the primordial heard two people speaking to each other. Normal conversation, we need to get to the others, or we need to get the others. So, kind of has me a bit on edge. They're not planning on stopping anytime soon.
Is Magpie there to hear that? Or is that just
No, a few more
okay?
minutes.
No,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Yes. Oh, and also there's a flash of light.
And forget about the
That's what
flash
the
of light that blinded the primordial. I mean, it's good because it tells me that they're using magic.
Hmm.
Or a very bright torch.
So flash of light, and what was the other thing he said?
There's two of them talking, and Primordial overheard them say that we need to get the others.
Okay. She taps her chin, thinking. I guess we'll have to wait and see what Victor finds. And Magpie.
all right. Victor.
Okay, so Victor is pacing back and forth, talking to himself. Why do I even bother with these people, honestly? It seems like the only ones who are competent are the fucking bad guys all the time. Every time they do something goes off without a hitch. Why couldn't the damn father just let me into the room? Instead, a wizard of my high standing, soon to be who knows how powerful, is sitting here trying to debate on how to get through a fucking window because the father could not give us any useful information. And now we have to rely on some sort of animal to tell us. Like, honestly, like the people around here have lost their mind. And so he's like looking around. He's gonna go invisible.
Mhm.
I can't believe this. I have to do petty breaking and entering. So,
Victor,
what?
take a moment.
I wish you
Nope.
could deal
Take a
with
moment.
the stupidity that I have to deal with on a daily basis.
I hear all the time, and sometimes I decide to go sleep through it. I'm a book.
I know.
What do you expect?
I don't have that luxury. I have to deal with it on a constant. Instead of making money, I'm helping someone with no payment. I'm wasting all my magical energy trying to figure out what happened to this damn daughter because I want to try to be a good person. But honestly, I'm starting to debate if I really want to be. I could just go off, make some money. Hell, maybe I could join these bandits and figure out what I need to do to make money.
Wait, you want to join children?
I don't know, but every time they do something, they get away with it scot-free. Anytime I try something, it's no, fuck you, Victor. The world has something else in store for you. Let's make it the most impossible journey for you to be an actual good person.
No.
All right. What?
There could have been other witnesses around. There could have been... you could have talked to the authorities. They have knights here, don't they? Whoever took down their stuff?
Sure, absolutely, but...
Then how come we are not going to talk to them?
Because I want to get into that room, see if there's any more information. You should talk to the other party members. They're the ones who wanted to go talk with cats and shit. Not me.
I'm just talking to you because I don't want you to hurt, because then I get hurt.
I'm not going to get hurt. I'm going to get into this room, probably find absolutely nothing. I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened. You need to investigate the scene of the crime. Have you ever read any of those crime novels? You always
Yes,
had
some
to,
of them are awful.
I know, but you always had to investigate all that, and the father gave us absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Well, there's a good chance that how many people have talked to him? Like, who said that? Somebody said that. I don't remember. Anyways,
Sure. Anyways, it's no excuse. I'm gonna go in there. I'll figure it out. And if not, then I'll end up in jail. All right, I'm going invisible. Shh, quiet now. I had to climb up the side of the building.
I
So,
tell me, shh.
Sorry, I'm just very frustrated.
But how about this? Wait, before you go
What?
invisible,
All right.
does Victor want to do this?
Well, I was trying to be a good person. Honestly, part of me
Yes,
is
I
it's
mean,
like, no, honestly, you know what? Screw it. Let
sure.
let the daughter's innocent, but I'm starting to wonder: is this really my problem? Like,
I mean, your friend Brick, right?
mhm.
He was the one that wanted to investigate this
I
or
know,
look
and
into it.
I'm trying
And
to help
no,
him.
you are definitely trying to help him. And where did he go anyway?
I don't
What
know.
if he has more answers? What if he has more things?
How could they find out more than where the scene of the crime is? There's no possible
mean-
way.
Didn't he say that he's from some thieves guild? That's a mystery.
Yeah, I suppose he could find out something, but that's a lot. It's more of a long shot than what I'm trying to do.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
I feel like, because if anything, we need to figure out where the daughter kind of why she went outside. Was she seeing a boy? If so, who? Did she receive a letter from someone saying, "Go"? Like, how did this? There has to be some sort of connection to how she got kidnapped. And I'm not ruling out the father either, because you know what they say in those novels. Usually, the last person that's seen you was the one who kidnapped you, and usually it's someone in your family. So, not ruling them out either. But no, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna be heavily exhausted, but I have to try. And of course, my efforts are
Then
going to go unappreciated as always. Going to have, of
no,
course,
no.
Magpie's going to say something smart ass to me. It's going to
Look,
just set
look,
me off. But
Victor.
what? I'm losing my
You.
mind.
I mean, if somebody came down here and the book kind of peeks like around, like in front of you. If somebody came down here and saw you talking to the book, they're going to think you're crazy anyway.
I don't give a shit anymore. I've lost
Okay.
it. I've been on this ship for 3 months.
You know
Constantly.
what?
What?
I think you need a Victor Day. If
I
you
do.
think about it, we went from
But I don't have the money to
the
live
ship.
in the lap of luxury that I want to live in.
It's true, but we have a nice room.
Sure. Yes, it's fine. I want to do some studying.
Exactly.
I've been reading that diplomacy book, and I've been trying it out every time.
Actually,
There's always
yeah.
some smart ass comment that drives me insane. God, you know, I'm tempted to fall back into my old ways, honestly. I don't even know if I've changed. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go into the building and see if we find something important. If not, then I'll just go back and see what the hell the cats have to say or whatever.
All right.
All right. So let's pray that we don't get caught. All right.
Oh, how are you getting up there?
I'm going to spider climb
Okay.
with my vampiric ability.
That's right. And then the book kind of goes back into the bag.
Yes. All right. I go invisible, and I
Mhm.
start spider climbing up the wall.
Okay.
To the window.
Mhm.
Once I get to the window,
Mhm.
I'll use another spell, my second level spell, to misty step through the window into the girl's room.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, it breaks.
That breaks invisibility. Right?
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
You are now in the room. As you look around, you see what your owl saw. I mean, now it's in color instead of kind of like black and white. It smells really good in here. The fresh cut flowers. You do see, kind of like a dresser area. You see like a jewelry box. Very simple in here. There's no letters on top or anything. You do see kind of like it was an armoire
Uh-huh.
closet thing on the right-hand side where you're standing, because I'm picturing you kind of like now in front of the door, kind of like looking now, so you can see the window. So yeah, so that's on the right-hand side. The bed's in the middle, and the left-hand side you see like the little dresser area.
Okay, he kind of puts his ear up to the door to listen.
You don't
Does
hear
he hear
anything.
Don't hear anything?
I
Okay.
mean, if you hear, the only thing you hear is probably something downstairs, but nothing like nobody coming upstairs or nobody coming up, or up in that level.
Okay. So he's gonna start looking for anything like potential hiding spot for like a diary or journal.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, this is good.
Okay. You are looking around, and also give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay. This isn't so good. That's not half
Okay.
bad.
No. So you are looking around, kind of like slowly going through the drawers, just kind of feeling around, not, trying to focus on all the stuff, just kind of feeling around underneath and everything. There is nothing around the dresser. You take a peek into the jewelry box, and you see some nice jewelry, from, I would say your trained eye, that that this is like, the silver is good, the gems are definitely like fake, but still like really nice looking. You kind of like I would say you have like a ring and it gets caught on something as you kind of like move through shifting, and the bottom part of the box, like a like it's like the almost like a bottom, like almost like a lid, and your ring kind of gets caught, and then you kind of move it, and you see a piece of paper.
Ooh, what's these? He kind of slips it out.
Mhm.
He flips it open.
Yep. As you read, it says, it looks like a list of items to get, and on the bottom it says, "I can't wait to be an adventurer. I can't wait to see the sights. I know Father doesn't want me to go, and Mother has told me of stories of the elves and my family. I really want to see them. So when I get older, maybe a couple more years, I will leave." And then there's just a checklist of items of getting and how much gold to save and like little things here and there. But it did say a couple years.
Okay. Does he see anything else as he's kind of like
Um,
moves around? Does he see like
do you put that back where it was, the note, or do you take it with you?
he's gonna take it. Actually, he will quickly jot it down. He'll make a
Mhm.
copy of it.
Okay.
He'll just make like the gist of it, and copy it down like on a scroll,
Mhm.
and then kind of put it back.
Okay. Um, Still look around. You kind of open little armor closet thing. You see all kinds. Her clothing. Her shoes are on the bottom. There's like personal like other like drawers. But you still feeling around. There's nothing in that. In the corner, you see an outfit that was laid out, but it looked like it was laid out like for something for her to wear the next day. It's just a simple dress with simple shoes, and it's still there. You kind of go to it. It does seem to collect a little bit dust, knowing that it's been there for the 4 days. So that's take note. You look underneath the bed, and there's just nothing.
Any signs of like struggle was there? Is her bed made? Is it
Yeah, the bed is made. It looked like probably the mother made it, but everything else seems to be left untouched. Because like I said, I mean, when you're going through stuff, you do see dust and stuff. So if they had other people that come in to look, it wasn't touched after that.
okay? So no other really any kind of evidence
Hmm.
suggesting.
And
Okay.
if there was, it's probably not there anymore.
Okay. All right. He'll go back to the window and
Mhm.
he'll look down to the street level and wait till it's like clear,
Mm-hmm.
and he will misty step down to the street.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks clear.
You do also have the bardic inspiration if you haven't used it. Just letting you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was it? A D8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
it's clear.
14.
Mhm.
All right. He'll go ahead and misty step down to the street.
Okay.
Oh, right. And then he'll make his way back to where he left everyone.
All right. Voren,
Yes.
you are making your way to the Silver Stag.
Right.
So you reach the area.
Yeah. Because it's probably going to be earlier than what he said they were going to meet. What he's going to do is just kind of walk around for a bit and just get a feel for, I don't know, any chatter or among the people.
Okay. For that, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Kind of listening through the streets, like people, and occasionally you just hear, I feel so sorry for them. I hope she's okay. Yeah, did you hear that so-and-so's father's missing? Maybe that's why those kids decide to be bandits. Just like little tiny things here and there. People are waiting for the portals to open so they could get to different places, at least on this continent. You also hear that just a person kind of humming to themselves, and all of a sudden, she looks out towards the sea, and a person, a male, comes to her, and she looks, and you kind of recognize her as the health elf, the one that gave the paper to um, the Spice Queen, and she says, "Like, met the goddess today." The boy's like, "What?" "Yes, I met the goddess. Look." You see the coin. And he just kind of like, "Yeah, right." And she kind of gives him like a little punch in the shoulder, and she runs off, and he chases after her. But that's all you hear.
he'd kind of drop his head a bit, mostly because of, like, you know, hearing them jesting and playing around and thinking about the other girl that got taken. And he'd kind of snap out of it and head towards the bakery, because he knows nobody's going to make their way to the Silver Stack quite yet.
Okay. At this point, you four, Magpie, you actually now enter, or start talking to, or seeing your family and Nyx, Minerva, and Celeste. So you see them all around that area, and eventually, Victor will come out from an alleyway.
Any luck?
Not what I'm looking in so far. What about you?
Oh yeah, I forgot about you. I'm so sorry. The only thing that you gathered, because I had my notes up, finally, like it just like as soon as you say that, and then you kind of look and you see the word Krampus.
She looks at it just like, probably not this. About the time of year for it? I don't think. Anyone else have any luck? That's when she kind of just like closed her book.
Mm-hmm.
We managed to acquire a scroll to speak to animals. And the water elemental did give us, the primordial gave us some decent information. It is confirmed that it heard two people talking with along with the wagon drawn by horses, and then a bright flash of light. And it heard the people. What it heard was the people saying we need to get the others quickly.
Others?
If they are kidnapping people, either they're part of a giant group or they're going after more people.
They probably teleported away. That's my guess. It's probably the big flash of light. I did find it's not really that relevant, but I found a letter. Well, kind of like a diary, but more like a list, honestly. It said something. What did it say? It said that she couldn't wait to be in an adventure and see the sights. She said that her mother's told her stories for the elders in the family, and when she gets older, she wants to leave. And she had like a checklist of gold that she needs to save and things of that nature. I don't think it's really that relevant to what happened.
No, but it
mean-
proves that she was taken and not run away. I mean, if she was going to be an adventurer, she wouldn't run off in the middle of the night.
Well, I don't know about that because there was no signs of a struggle in the room. Of course, it could have been cleaned up, but it didn't look like it because there was dust in bits of places. So she was most likely outside of the bakery when she was captured. Don't know why she would have went out there, but there was no sign, no blood, nothing inside. The bed looked like it was made, but it looked like it was kind of freshly made, so probably some tidying up in the room.
What about clothes?
It was pretty much the same thing. She had looked like an outfit that was laid out for the next day. That wasn't touched.
That bit of detail would lead me more to thinking kidnapping, because who would way in their sleeping clothes.
Hmm.
Well, however they did it, I don't think they did it inside her room.
I'm quite inclined to agree with that.
Breck, you eventually
mean-
arrive.
She gestures at Victor. Well, how did you get into the room?
Well, I turned invisible, I climbed up the wall, I teleported inside the window. Then I looked around, and then I teleported back down to the street.
Do you think that that's impossible for somebody else to do? I mean, if the girl is sleeping, you sneak in your room that way, scoop her out of the bed, teleport back down to the bottom of the ground. Possible to do it before she even wakes up and realizes what's happening.
Well, that's why I looked to see if it was a creature of some kind, because there are creatures that has been recorded to do something like that. But I don't know how plausible it would be with the information that I have.
I don't know. You would think if I went inside, I guess it's possible. Like, I know there's spells that you can teleport further, but you usually have to see where you're going. And if you were to, I guess, take the girl out of her bed, I would imagine she would have screamed. However,
Depends how deeply she sleeps. I'm just
Well-
saying it's a possibility.
it's possible, but I don't think it's necessarily possible with the spell, because from what I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, DM, the bed was kind of like in the middle of the room.
Mhm.
And you could see the window, but you wouldn't be able to see like the street. You'd probably be able to see the rooftops from that angle.
Mhm.
So if you were to grab her from the bed, I suppose you could you have to teleport where you can see, usually most of the time. Unless you'd use a teleport spell. But if they were using a wagon, that suggests that they weren't using a teleport spell. So they would have to pick the girl up or touch her. And I'm pretty sure. I'm not this. I'm trying to remember if you have to be willing or not to be transported. But either way, I would imagine there would have been at least some sort of sound, a scream, anything, before the creature or whatever it is was able to teleport down to the wagon.
Unless she was also enchanted to be sleepy. Though, then again, if she was half-elven, she
can't
wouldn't
be-
be able to be enchanted by sleep.
Correct. Yes.
So as they're talking, Vorin just kind of like shows up like Batman, you know, with like without making a sound. He's just behind everyone.
Well, I suppose they could have used a silence spell, which would put you could silence the entire room and make it so that no noise could be heard. That's a possibility.
How,
But then you wouldn't be able to cast inside. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, Vorin. Hello.
this is bigger than her.
What do you mean?
It wasn't just her. There's 8, possibly more, that have been taken.
Puts it into all the
Magpies.
more perspective of what the primordial said.
He looks around to see if there's if we're alone enough to talk freely. Can I tell?
There's people moving about still through the city.
We
I mean,
should
it's
get
like getting dark.
we
But
should
yeah.
get somewhere private just in case.
All right. Back to the tavern then. Or was there something you wanted to do with the scroll first?
Oh yeah, Magpie. The cat's like next to you, patiently
Yeah.
waiting.
I had said it earlier, but I forgot to unmute, and then by the time I did unmute, other things came up, and I responded to those.
Mhm.
But yeah, she'll gesture down to Neef. Well, I do have a witness. If you wanted to speak to them before we went back.
Celeste You hand Magpie the scroll.
Yes, here's the scroll. I can't do it. I think, what was it, a druid or a bard or ranger?
I mean, I'm a bard. I could do it.
She hands you the scroll. Do we want to do it here, or do we want to do it somewhere else?
I suppose if the cat would follow us, we could do it there.
Might be smarter to do it in the room.
Yes, for sure.
You guys go to the Silver Stag. The cat does follow you. And in a moment, the cat just kind of looks around and darts off, but towards the Silver Stag.
Looking
Eventually,
around,
you guys.
do we see anything that he may have? Was it just to get
Give
there
me a perception
quicker?
check.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen this cat. This cat has been hanging out with the Thieves Guild. I would say you are trying to like monitor where the cat goes, but the cat literally just disappears into a bush. And then you're just thinking, well, hopefully the cat's there somewhere.
Yeah, maybe it wants
You
to meet
guys-
us there. They're not exactly known to stroll the streets.
Eventually, you guys enter in the Silver Stag, and then go into, well, your all room, and sitting on the bed, you see the cat. And sitting across the bed in a chair is the undead monkey. They look like they were having a conversation.
All right, let's do this. You found
All
me?
right.
Sorry, I have dog kid just kept fucking barking and barking, so I was just trying to get her to stop. I am. What was it?
School time.
Yeah,
Full
you're up.
time? Okay. Then she will use the scroll.
As you read through the words, there's just a slight hint of a glow, and the scroll disappears.
Alright, and it's just like, well, what is the cat's name?
Neef.
Neve?
Neef. Like a knife, but you're pronouncing the K.
I said that. I was just.
Oh, I thought you said leaf.
No, Neve.
Oh, that was my bad. I heard badly.
So, Neve, did you see what had happened in the front of the bakery about 4 days ago? Around 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, with that pretty lady that just disappeared. Yep. Look, I was walking the streets, minding my own business, and all of a sudden, the baker's door opened. I thought maybe I'll get a nice treat, but then I noticed it was quite early in the morning, and she walks out, and just stands there. Now I kind of meowed at her, and usually she comes over and pets me, but nothing. She just looks like she was just looking into, I don't know, what the street. Is higher than me, so I couldn't quite tell. And then I heard a wagon, so I decided to dart into a bush. So I thought, I'll just leave, but then I decided to turn around. Because the horses were scared. I thought, That's kind of weird. Why are horses scared? It is middle of the night. Anyways. So I saw these two figures. They were dressed all dark. And one of them grabbed the girl and put her in the back. And then they went back and said something of, we gotta get more or another or something. And then you see the cat kind of move its claw like up to its ear. And then this flash of light happened and I couldn't see for a moment and they were gone.
So she didn't interact with you at all when you were trying to get her attention.
Nope.
She would relay to the others of what Neef said to her. Could it be possible she heard something? She didn't interact with you.
I still say she might have been under a spell.
That's what I'm thinking.
Megpip will kind of raise her hand a bit. Is it just me, or is anyone else getting an unsettling feeling of like deja vu?
What do you mean?
If there's more people being kidnapped, taken by a wagon, ran by two people, I know this is a bit of a, I don't know, leap in logic or whatnot, but I can't help but think of that dream. I remember in the dream one of the people saying to the other that they hoped that this was the last time they had to bring people to wherever they were taking us. What if these were one of the other times?
That would mean these others are probably in a bit of danger. I don't remember too much. I remember waking up in a darkened room. Felt like, pretty sure I was on a stone slab.
Can you ask him about the other person that got taken from Felu?
Do you know anything about the other person that was taken? Did any of the other cats hear about it?
No. No. I remember hearing in the streets that people were saying that there was also a wagon near whoever got taken.
DM, was Seraphy the daughter of this man?
Seraphy's the person that is basically her sons are missing.
Her sons are missing, okay.
Yes. So it would have been her husband that's missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would relay that information to the group and to Euphemia.
Well, I guess I know what we're doing tomorrow then.
It's odd because it seems like it's two people from each town. 4 or 5 towns now. Why?
There was 12 altars.
Also, if I remember that flyer correctly, it was about 2 kids turning bandit. her wanting them brought back alive. If you beg the question of how long have they been bandits, how long has this been going on, we only know the time frame for the kidnappings here.
Victor, do you
But
think
they
that the
wouldn't
reason you didn't
kidnap
get a
their own
response
father, would
before
they?
was because she's still under a spell?
What was that?
Do you think the reason you didn't get a response was because she was still, unresponsive under a spell? Like the cat when they tried to interact with her?
Potentially. I'm trying to. I've been thinking what possible spell it could be. Either that, or maybe she. I didn't want to say it earlier, but she might be bound and be gagged, not able to speak. That might be another.
Yeah.
Reason why she can't actually say anything. But if she came out all in a daydream like haze, some sort of enchantment put on her, who knows? I mean, I suppose it's possible that she's still under it.
Right, well, I guess if we don't get enough information here, then we'll probably get information in the other towns. So far, it's been Nami, a town up north. Abel, 2 missing there as well. I think a town called Houndford. And Velsami, 2 missing in each.
Well, here's the thing too. We can always could try to talk with the guards and see if they know anything in particular.
I agree, maybe they
I guess-
communicated with other towns.
Or know something something else that we don't know. But it also brings in the question: is this going to change our plan? Because it seems like this is going to be an entire ordeal on its own.
Probably. But we were heading towards Abel anyway, right?
I
In
believe so,
about
yes.
a week and a half.
If
Why
in
not
the
take
meantime,
the
we still
journey on
need-
foot?
On foot, it would take us a long time to get there. So within these 11 days, we could still manage to get some jobs, maybe hear some more things. Talk to that woman, Seraphy, at least the ones for the bandits, children bandits. So I don't know how she worded.
Right. The baker didn't know a whole lot, but they possibly did. We can talk to her.
be.
We could at least get some more information without traveling too far. Oh, by the way,
Alright.
we already have a bag of holding. He just kind of looks at Celeste.
Oh, well, that's good news then.
I mean, there's a lot of things in here, and I am not a good tracker.
Well, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's a goal, but we're going to have to make a lot more money.
I did ask if there was anything that we could help my team out with. But nothing at the moment, but who knows, that might change.
Hellhounds in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're over here too.
Maybe we should take care of those hellhounds. Kidding. All right. Well, let's eat some dinner, go to sleep. What do we want to do in the morning? Do we want to head to the Seraphy lady?
Honestly, I think we catch up, but I immediately say we need to start working on jobs to make money because we still have to buy gear to go.
Well, she has a job
You-
there.
Yeah, there's a
Who?
job.
Yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone. She's the woman who put out requests for us to find her sons who
Oh,
have
no, no.
turned back.
Yes, I know. We'll talk with her. We'll do her job. But I talked about with the baker's daughter. We kind of have to just figure it out as we go.
On the plus side, we at least got a good amount of information. Doesn't really help us pinpoint where they're going, but it leads.
At least it doesn't feel like a dead end yet.
Meantime,
Talk to the gods tomorrow as well. We'll do that tomorrow.
Great.
in the meantime, you guys get dinner. We could be served up to the room as you guys figure out where your sleeping arrangements are.
Dix is gonna sleep on the floor in the corner.
There's some couches. The bed fits like 10 people. It's up to you
That's
guys.
Huge bed, Jesus.
It's a huge bed. Yeah. I mean, Minerva and Celestia and Magpie, they shared that bed. So,
Wait, what?
not Magpie, sorry, Euphemia.
I was about to say.
I just glanced at your name. So, yeah, it's a huge bed. So, people could take couches. People want to sleep on the beds. It's up to you guys.
Magpie will take a couch. Unless nobody wants to sleep on the bed and there's not enough couches.
Minerva's pretty small, so she's just gonna take up a little section of the bed.
Yeah, Celestia will take the bed because she's going to sleep like next to the egg.
Yeah, Victor's going full night mask and all that, and he's getting in the bed. He's had a rough day. He's tired.
Yeah, Varn would just lay
Who
wherever he
else
could
is in the
fit.
bed? On the bed? Cool. The two people that I am serving Euphemia is going to be on the bed too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep getting fucking texted and shit about other crap, and it's just driving me nuts. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, all of you go to sleep. And give me a second. See, where is it at? You guys begin to sleep. You hear the wind blowing. You hear the cart moving. And yet you can't see anything. One by one, you start to panic. Deja vu hits. And you sleep. I will end it there.
Ooh, creepy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, there you go. Thank you guys for tonight's game. Hope you all enjoy it. Yes, there's a bunch of questions, not enough answers. But
That's better than too
somebody-
many answers and not enough questions.
True. But hey, at least you got a lot of answers though.
Really did.
So we'll see what happens next Sunday. That you guys are going to pray to the gods and go seek out this Seraphi lady.
And
Yeah.
X was more vocal this episode.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. More
Oh,
of
yeah.
that. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Oh, yeah. And also, you have Undead Monkey. Who knows where it went
Yeah.
during that time?
I assumed that he was on like people's shoulders.
He just stayed in the bed the whole time, just chillaxing, like, life of luxury.
I mean, the time the monkey probably disappeared somewhere and all of a sudden ended up in the room talking to the cat, waiting for you guys.
I'm just saying, I feel like that undead monkey just like, oh, they're going out. I got a whole 10-person bed to myself.
All right. Catch you next Sunday, and tomorrow we have our recap show. So catch you then.
Catch you then.
Bye.
Bye.